The International Space Station, ISS, is a testament to modern technology and international cooperation. Designed by scientists and engineers from countries including the United States, Japan, Canada, and multiple European nations, its development took place between 1984 and 1993. The concept for the ISS originated from the idea that humans could live in space, a notion first proposed by Russian theoretician Konstantin Tsiolkovsky. He suggested that an orbiting structure could utilize sunlight to power itself and sustain life by growing food. Hermann Potočnik, often credited with the foundational design, envisioned a living wheel or rotating circular structure that could generate artificial gravity through its motion. By the 1950s, official designs began to take shape, including proposals for the station to serve as a refueling hub for lunar missions. The parts needed for the station were manufactured over decades, culminating in its assembly, which was completed in 1998. On November 2, 2000, the ISS welcomed its first crew of astronauts. Since then, it has been a home for space exploration and scientific research, housing numerous astronauts over the years. However, as is often the case, conspiracy theories have cast doubt on the ISS. Some claim that the public is being misled about its existence and purpose. In 2023, a video circulated on social media showing astronauts aboard the ISS, which skeptics insisted was fake. According to these theorists, special effects were used to simulate a zero
enough, you may come across a variety of strange things. There are a number of conspiracy theories in circulation day in and day out. One such theory was presented on various social media platforms, claiming that jet fuel is a hoax. The theory is that aircraft like passenger planes and jets don't use fuel to fly, but actually use oxygen. It isn't certain where this idea began, but many conspiracy believers immediately hopped on the idea and began to spread the news. A Twitter user said the following in a post, saying, quote, "Take a good look at how thin those wings are and tell me they're fuel tanks. Research jet fuel hoax. How about free atmospheric energy and compressed air?" According to this outlandish conspiracy theory, for jets and planes to fly about in the air, their engines need only compressed air, which will combust, allowing them to operate with no fuel required at all. While it may look like something magical is going on when we see these kinds of aircraft in the sky, there are simply no supernatural events taking place there. But according to this same Twitter user, a Boeing holding 100,000 liters of explosive fuel, 175,000 pounds in each wing, is absolutely impossible. He goes on to say that these crafts are not just burning fuel across the sky, and tells us to have a look at the cross-section of a jet engine, where we may find a series of fans compressing air. Aside from the scientific errors in this conspiracy, there are also logical issues. To ensure that this jet fuel hoax fools the masses, every single worker at every single airline would have to play into it. This includes the major carriers, private carriers, and isolated airlines. Each of these would need to be engaged in this hoax for it to keep going. In order to keep up with the ruse, the airlines would need to purchase real jet fuel and not use it. After supposedly dumping the pricey substance in a lake nearby, every participant would need to hide their involvement. If one person accidentally revealed this hoax, the whole plan would be out of the bag. A Facebook user from Australia shared a post in a public Facebook group containing over 85,000 members about this theory, stating the following, saying, quote, "Today, 50% of the price of a plane ticket is to pay for the fuel required. But the truth is that commercial airlines run roughly on 90% compressed air, not jet fuel." Victor Schoberger discovered the technology of using compressed air to propel a turbine in the 1940s. This post gained comments like, "I've known this for years. They basically only use fuel for takeoff and landing." This conspiracy paints the picture that airline users are paying an inflated price for fuel to have the plane run on nothing more than air. One video was published on YouTube in 2018 and has been viewed over 360 times. The caption says, quote, "Look at the deception being perpetrated by the aircraft manufacturers and airlines charging for fuel they don't use." This specific video explains that only a little bit of fuel is being used. This small amount of fuel is being used to speed up the engine before the compressed air takes over.